Hello tank commanders, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a complete tactical breakdown of a high-impact match featuring the 60TP. Lewandowskiego, one of the most devastating alpha striking heavies in the game. This battle is all about positioning, patience, and punishing every mistake the enemy makes. Let's get started. This is a Tier 10 battle featuring the 60TP Lewandowskiego, one of the most powerful alpha heavy tanks in World of Tanks. The player is entering the standard 15 versus 15 match with a duration of 10 minutes. The result? A dramatic draw, yet not before dealing over 13,000 damage and securing 9 kills. What you're about to see isn't just raw power, it's a calculated performance built on positioning, timing, and restraint. No flashy plays, no. Overextensions, just textbook heavy tank control from start to finish. Let's break it all down, one step at a time. To get the most out of 60TP, you need to build around its strengths, alpha damage, and turret durability, while mitigating its reload time and gun handling. Here's how to do that for equipment. The most effective standard setup includes improved hardening in the first slot. This boosts survivability with extra HP and better track durability, which is essential for a slow frontline move. Gun rammer in the second slot. It reduces reload time, letting you cycle that devastating 750 alpha faster and stay relevant in extended trades. And finally, vertical stabilizer or improved aiming unit, depending on your preference. If you peek and shoot often, go with the stabilizer. If you play at longer distances, IAUs help close that accuracy gap. For field mods, prioritize anything that improves aim time, dispersion after firing, and terrain resistance. You'll need every advantage to land your shots and reposition between. Trades dot now on the crew skills. With a 4-man crew, here's what to focus on. Commander. Sixth Sense gives recon, gives situational awareness gunner. Snapshot gives Deadeye, gives repairs driver. Smooth Ride gives. Clutch braking gives off-road driving loader. Safe Stowage gives adrenaline rush, gives repairs. Once you have the basics, drop a few points into firefighting as insurance polished heavies don't carry fuel tanks. But it's a good safety net in brawls. Lastly, always run brothers in arms across the entire crew once you reach 3 skills. The bonus to gun handling and reload is noticeable and synergizes perfectly with your equipment LOADOUT. In short, this setup gives you the staying power, gun reliability, and crew consistency needed to anchor flanks, hold hull down rigidly, and punish mistakes with maximum efficiency. Equipment setup and crew skills for 60TP Lewandowskiego. To get the most out of the 60TP, you need to build around its strengths, alpha damage, and turret durability, while mitigating its reload time and gun handling. Here's how to do that. 4. Equipment. The most effective standard setup includes improved hardening in per slot. This boosts survivability with extra HP and better track durability essential for a slow frontline brawler. Gun rammer in the second slot. It reduces reload time, letting you cycle that devastating 750 alpha faster and stay relevant in extended trades. And finally, vertical stabilizer or improved aiming unit depending on your preference. If you peek and shoot often, go with the stabilizer. If you play at longer distances, IAUs help close that accuracy gap. For field mods, prioritize anything that improves aim time, dispersion after firing, and terrain resistance. You'll need every advantage to land your shots and reposition between. Trades dot now on the crew skills. With a 4-man crew, here's what to focus on. Commander. Sixth Sense gives recon, gives situational awareness gunner. Snapshot gives Deadeye, gives repairs driver. Smooth Ride gives. Clutch braking gives off-road driving loader. Safe Stowage gives adrenaline rush, gives repairs once you have the basics. Drop a few points into firefighting as insurance polished heavies don't carry fuel tanks. But it's a good safety net in brawls. Lastly, always run brothers in arms across the entire crew once you reach 3 skills. The bonus to gun handling and reload is noticeable and synergizes perfectly with your equipment LOADOGT styling short. This setup gives you the staying power, gun reliability, and crew consistency needed to anchor flanks, hold down ridge lines, and punish mistakes with maximum efficiency. How to overcome the weaknesses of the 60TP on Studzianki. Studzianki is a mixed terrain map where the 60TP's weaknesses, its sluggish mobility, long reload, and weak lower plate can easily be exploited by faster tanks. To perform consistently, you need to play around these weaknesses by committing early, controlling choke points, and never exposing yourself unnecessarily. Start by heading to the heavy, lane on the eastern side, often referred to as the brawling corridor. Use the sniper, ridge lines, and debris for hold-down positioning. This neutralizes your biggest vulnerability, your lower plate, and lets your strong turret armor take over. Don't play too aggressively in the opening minutes. You're not fast enough to escape a bad push. Instead, hold a defensive angle behind cover and use your alpha advantage to punish enemy heavies that peek carelessly. One clean shot from you forces most mediums or heavies to think twice. During your reload, always fall back a few meters or side scrape and never stand still in the open. Studzianki has multiple angles and fast flanking routes, so keep your turret scanning constantly. Track enemies who push wide and be ready to reposition when necessary. Use the rail tracks and buildings as hard cover between engagements. In late game situations, avoid chasing kills across open fields. Instead, move through the town using narrow alleys and corners to create favorable one-on-one engagements. The 60TP thrives in tight spaces, where its long reload is protected by hard cover, and its alpha can decide fights instantly. Ultimately, success with the 60TP on Studzianki comes down to positioning early, discipline during reloads, and choosing trades you control. Don't try to play like a fast, heavy anchor your side. Survive the mid-game and punish every mistake the enemy makes. Do's and don'ts of playing 60TP on Studzianki. Let's talk about the key lessons when playing the 60TP on Studzianki. What you should do, and what you must avoid if you want to stay alive and make an impact. Those do take early hold down. Positions. The eastern heavy lane offers great rubble and slope positions for turret-only exposure. Use these to dominate trades safely. Do play around your alpha. You only need one shot to shift momentum. Time your shots for maximum punishment, especially when enemies overpeak. Do reload in hard cover. If you're long reload, you cannot afford to be caught in the open. Always back into cover before reloading. Do rotate early if your flank collapses. The 60TP is slow. Waiting too long to reposition will cost you the match. Use the village paths and train cars to fall back safely. Do force 1v1 trades late game. The town and alleys are perfect for tight corner combat. Let enemies peek into your gun, not the other way around. Don't fight in open ground. Your lower plate is too weak and your mobility too limited. Avoid crossing fields or holding exposed angles without backup. Don't dump shots into tracks without damage. With a 17-second reload, every shot must matter. Avoid blind tracking unless you're certain of no repair kit. Don't push alone. You are not a solo flanker. The 60TP works best in supporting positions where with backup never leads deep into enemy lines unsupported. Don't rely on speed to escape. If you commit to a bad position, you won't get out. Choose your position early and commit only when you can hold it. Don't overpeak during reload. Never linger after firing. Peek, shoot, retreat. Your reload is your biggest vulnerability, protected with terrain dodge by following these fundamentals. You turn the 60TP into a defensive anchor 1 that punishes recklessness, locks down key positions, and survives long enough to win the late game. And that concludes our full tactical breakdown of the 60TP Lewandowskiego on Studzianki. From positioning and alpha trading to reload discipline and late game composure, this match was a textbook demonstration of how to get the most out of a slow, heavy hitter in a dynamic mid-sized map. If you found this analysis helpful, consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications so you don't miss future breakdowns. Thank you for watching, and as always, play smart, stay patient, and I'll see you on the battlefield.